you. Recording started. So let's have some questions about this inviting concept, making your list of 10. Can we do 10 minutes for questions, Dianne?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I love this conversation because it occurred to me. I was like, everything is about inviting. And when we can skill up in this, you guys, it's going to make the business so much easier because we're always inviting, like Arin said, we're inviting to try a sample, we're inviting to a class, we're inviting to meet for coffee, we're inviting to a one-on-one, we're inviting to a wellness consult, we're inviting to learn about the business, we're inviting. So when we get really good at naturally asking these permission-based inviting questions, everything is just going to flow easier.
Virginia, go ahead.
Yes, I'm so thankful for this class that we're doing because I have been overly hesitant, and I'm embarrassed to say it, to actually talk to people about using the oils. I have talked to a few. I actually have one enrollee, but I'm very bad about following up. My question I'm getting to in regards to texting in this question, my granddaughter is getting ready to present us with another great grandchild, her first. And I have been thinking, oh, I got to get in touch with her. I got to, I need to give her the baby rash cream. I got to do this, that, and the other thing. I haven't even talked to her about it. She's the top person on my list that I want to talk to because she is a natural person. You know, she was very concerned they had difficulty becoming pregnant. So I know she wants natural stuff, but I don't know how to approach her. I don't know the right way to do a text to her. You know, I'd rather call and talk to her, you know, but again, I don't know how to approach her. You know, I'm very anxious. I know how it works for me and I can share that with her, but I get tongue tied. I get very tongue.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Does anybody else feel like they don't know what to say or they get caught up in how to approach? Okay, this happens. And my advice for you is to stop overthinking it. Oftentimes we're overthinking it. And there's various tactics you can use, especially when you're in launch energy. So I'm going to give you all a couple of tricks that you can use. One is to just say, I am launching a new business. It's about essential oils and I have a class coming up and it would mean so much to me if you would consider coming. So that's the asking for a favor approach. Another way to do it is to just not even worry about what you're going to say. Just as though you were having a potluck at your house or a dinner party at your house. How would you invite someone to come to the class? I'm having an essential oil class at my house, or I'm attending an essential oil class on Zoom. I thought of you. Would you like to come? As time goes on, you'll fine tune your inviting skills and you might get better and better at the invite. But if you're in that like stuck, I don't know what to say, don't worry about what you say. Just pretend that you're inviting them over to a birthday party, that you're inviting them over for dinner. And I'm not going to say any more than that because I think those of us on this call who are stuck in that place of, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to approach, I think we have to do something that gets us out of that stuck place. Is there going to be a great way to approach, a better way to approach? Yes, there's always going to be a better way to do it. As you grow in doTERRA, you're going to fine tune your skills. You're going to get better and better. But right now, you have to get into action. So with your granddaughter, I would just say, I love essential oils. I really think that you might like them too. And I'm having a class. Do you want to come to it? Like, take the pressure off, keep it simple.
Thank you, Arin. One thing I've just realized, just listening to you and thinking about what I'm going to do, I can feel the anxiety just building up in me. So I will be definitely taking and my adaptive and diffusing it all before I make the call.
Can I just add one tiny thing here? One thing is, if you had, I'm just looking, this lipstick, and you're like, oh my God, my granddaughter loves lipstick. And you're like, oh my God, I think her so-and-so would love this lipstick. Next time you're talking to her and you say, hey, I've been using this lipstick. I think you would love it. Do you want to try it? Like, and would you do that? Doesn't that sound like that's the same thing? It's the same exact thing. What my feeling is, like, you have so much, you're so attached to a certain outcome. And what is the worst thing that could possibly happen if she doesn't want to try essential oils? She'll say, no, thank you. No, thanks, Grandma. I don't know what she calls you, but no, thanks. I'm not really interested in that right now. But thank you for asking. That's the worst that could happen. Yes. And that will not kill you. We have had no's about a bazillion times. And it's okay. We're still here. We are still here.
It's so good, Dianne. I think that's a great exercise for all of us to do when we're feeling stuck. What's the worst that could happen? Like, identify what's actually the worst thing that could happen, and then talk to someone about it. Like, this is what I think, this is what I'm the most afraid of. And talk it out, and you might realize that it's a scary monster under the bed and not something that's real. Yeah, go ahead, Florence. We can take a moment.
Say that when I first started, I was a little nervous about this as well. And I'm in my 5th year of with doTERRA. And one of the things that we did as a team in the early days was we did some role playing and practicing out loud with each other, that we knew, we knew each other, and we were able to practice that out loud, that how we were going to approach that person. So I'm, Virginia's on my team, and I would be more than happy to work with her on that.
Great remembering, Florence.
I know the feeling. And not, it takes a little while to get past that, what the outcome will be. But
great remembering.
It's in your heart. I mean, I'm vomiting oils on everybody I know, and even though they're regular customers, and I'll say, somebody broke their foot yesterday, and I said, I would really like to see you use the bone repair oil. Are you interested? And she's a customer, so she finally said yes, that she would do it. And you know what? She is doing it. So, yeah. So, I mean, I'm vomiting it all over. So I have such a strong belief, and my belief has gotten stronger and stronger as time has gone on. So,
thank you, ladies. Thank you for speaking into that. We're going to wrap up the inviting section here, but my call to action for you is to practice, like Florence is saying. Get with your upline, get with your team. I do it with my husband, and just practice these conversations so that they're not as scary for you, because it's okay that they're scary, and just practice makes you more comfortable. We're going to take a 5-minute bathroom break, nourishment break. So it's 12:48 on my clock here. Be back at 12:53. Okay, we are back from our potty break. I hope everybody is refreshed. We are going to turn it over now to Dianne. Dianne, are you feeling ready? Unmute yourself.
Yep, I'm ready. Let's do this. I love that we're transitioning. Hopefully people are back, because I love that we're transitioning from inviting to classes. And now I get the distinct pleasure of walking you through how to find your business partners. Yeah! This is actually something that's really fun for me. I know that sounds really weird, but I really like it. And when I look back at the majority of the people I have enrolled since I've been with doTERRA, it's almost always been like a business conversation. I don't know why. It's just the way it's been for me. And so I want to share with you some really simple ideas. I'm going to share my screen first to get this up, but then I'm going to walk you through a process, because here's the thing, you guys. This past year, when Arin said that I got myself back to Diamond, I have 3 out of the 4 of my frontline leaders brand new. Brand spanking new. So I have been through all the things, all the things. So let me tell you, so I am super excited. And I think, I don't remember who said it, but it's really about, I think it was Eliza who said, who you are being is how you're going to attract the right business builders. And so that up-leveled and shifted for me a lot last year. And so it made the biggest difference. Hang on one second. I have to stop sharing for 1 second. Sorry, you guys. All right, hold up, please. And I'm gonna try to be as laser as I can. Okay, can you see the 7-step business invite script in front of you? Yes? Okay, cool. All right, so finding your amazing business partners is really an integral part of launching your doTERRA business. This is where you will find the most growth and have the most fun in your business. Now, this is an opportunity to really link arms with people you love and you respect and who are like-minded and you enjoy spending time with. One of my favorite sayings is a rising tide lifts all boats. Now, when I think about this, what I ultimately sense is everyone in doTERRA succeeding. So go with that mindset. We want this for so many reasons, but from a business perspective, it solidifies the longevity of our business. And we are compensated financially, hit silver. So people to share oils with now and to educate people with. Obviously, this is a critical part of our business, like we just discussed, but we are often not intentional about who we call in to be our business partners, and we can make our structure and business much more difficult than it has to be. So I wish I would have done a little bit of a better job right at the beginning. But we're gonna shift that right now. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to start finding our business partners right now. Right now, today. Trust me, I highly encourage you to do this right out of the gate if you're just starting or if you're relaunching. It is so much more fun and effective when you consciously and intentionally do this at the beginning of your doTERRA journey. So, step 1, we want to take 3 minutes, maybe less, because you just wrote down 10 people who you want to invite to class. Now, some of these people may be the same people, but I want you to write down 10 people who come to mind that you think would be amazing to link arms with, to do this business with. Now, If you've already started your doTERRA business, you still get to do this. Who are the next people you are calling in to run with? We never stop seeking and enrolling business partners. Never. All right, so we're going to do it for 2 minutes. Write down the 10 people. Don't worry about it. Who are the people that come to your heart? That is, I think, the key. I want to see you writing. All right, a few more seconds, writing those 10 people. Envisioning that, like linking arms, like literally at convention, you're sharing, you're in a class, you're in a retreat, you're having fun together. Okay, now that you have these top 10 business partners listed, we typically look at some characteristics, and we're not going to spend a ton of time here, but I think it's really important to mention. The top 10, we want to look at the top 10 7 characteristics of a diamond and above business builder. These characteristics were researched and developed by Eliza and Patrick Shedevy. So they are female, and if somebody can pop this in the chat, that would be awesome. Female, has a money, time, or purpose need, age 30 to 55, interested in natural things, has some business or sales experience, they're socially influential, and they have a supportive spouse or partner. So the thing with socially influential, that doesn't mean they have to have a huge like following on Instagram. It means that maybe they're part of a church, or maybe they're a PTA mom, or what have you. They have some level of influence where people look up to them or they're connected to. So just like think about these people and just put like a hash mark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You think you have them, they have those. You don't have to know, just do the best you can just for the next minute. We want you to do that. And the goal with this is to really, the people who like have 5, 6, or 7 out of 7 of these characteristics, those are going to be the people that you want to connect with first. And look, here's the thing. Do they have to have all of it? I've seen people who have 2 out of 7 of these characteristics, and they've done really, really well in the business. So just like 1 more minute here. So now we're going to talk about some scripting, some ways that you are going to connect with these people in order to invite them to think about that. It's going to be just the first step of inviting. You're not inviting them to enroll and commit to 30 hours a week and become a blue diamond. Like you're just taking that first step towards inviting them to learn about what's possible in the business. So I'm gonna review this scripting. So this is an adapted protocol from It's originally from Eric Worre, and I was taught originally this scripting back in September when I was at a Diamond Dash retreat at Eliza's house in Utah. And this made a huge difference. And then I committed after this, by the way, as part of the Diamond Dash retreat, to recruit 2 hours a day. So it made a huge difference in my business. And it's the thing that got me from September to being a gold to November hitting diamond again. Okay. So here's the process. It's super simple. Now, I know scripting bugs people, but here's the thing. I encourage you to use scripting because otherwise you get really wordy and you don't know how to concisely do it. And I don't mean use scripting as being a rope. Time to talk. Use this scripting as a guideline, follow this process. And if you need to tweak some of the words a little, then do that, because some of this language, quite honestly, I don't use. Like, I'm gonna go over this process, but here's the thing. I'm gonna recommend that you text a person at first, or if you know the person well and you can just pick up the phone. Sometimes you'll just want to call and text a person prior and say, hey, do you have 5 minutes? There's something I want to chat with you about real quick. And most likely they're going to say, yeah, sure, great. Or you can just call the person. I did that to a person who I hadn't talked in a long time, and she answered the phone. She's like, you never call me, so I needed to pick up. So we were challenged at this retreat, by the way, to take 30 minutes and do this. And the results were phenomenal. I'll share that with you in a minute. Okay. Hurry. I don't even like the way that sounds. I'm just saying, the point is, don't let them think you're going to be like, you want to chat with them for an hour and close a deal on that call. You just want to say, here's an example. I don't have a lot of time to talk, but it was really important to reach you, that I reached you. Or I have a million things going on, but I'm glad I caught you. I wouldn't say that. I would probably just say, hey, Arin, thanks for taking a few minutes. I know we're both really busy, and this will only take a few minutes, but I really did want to talk to you. So that's how I adapted it to me, right? And that was just off the top of my head. You just got to know yourself, right? And then you want to lead with a compliment. This is really important, but the most important thing about this compliment is that it's authentic and true. Don't be blowing smoke. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? So just be real with this. So, I might say something like, Arin, you've been so supportive of me, and I really appreciate that so much. That might be something really sweet, a sweet way to say. Or you've been wildly successful, and I've always respected the way you've done business. That's a really nice compliment. That is a really nice compliment. Nobody's going to be mad that you called them and said that, even if they say no. You know what I mean? People, just be genuine with what you're going to say to somebody. So that's the compliment. And then you're going to make the invitation. If you're brand new, I'm launching a new business, and I really would love it if you would take a look at it. Is that something you're open to? I would probably add. I wouldn't say if I told you there was a way to increase your cash flow. That's just not the way I talk. That's just not me. But if that feels good to you, then use that. But here's one that I really love. When I thought about the quality of people I'd really enjoy working with, I thought of you. Would you be open to hearing what I'm doing? That, to me, is like the nugget for me. So that's the invitation. Now here's the next key. So they say yes. So the next question is a really key. If I would you. That's the key statement. If I gave you a link to an 8-minute online presentation or video, is what I would say, that explained everything about what I'm doing in my business, would you watch it? Yes. Great. Then I would get, if they say no, this is great. this is great. If they say no, they won't review it, then thank them for their time and move on. That's it. I love, I think it was, I learned this quote. It's not from her, but I learned it from Tiffany Peterson. She said, some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? Right? It doesn't matter. Like, all the no's get you closer to the yes. If we stopped at no's, we wouldn't have hit the ranks that we've hit. We wouldn't have gotten to where we are in the business. Okay, then you get a time commitment. This is also key. When do you think you could have this watch the video by, for sure? So if they say Tuesday night, great. So if I called you Wednesday morning, you will have had it watched for sure, right? Yes. So now they're saying you've gotten 2 commitments now. I'll have it done by Tuesday night, so you'll have it. So if I called you Wednesday morning, you'll have done it. Yes, great. What is the best time for me to call you? And now they've said 4 times, and the chances are they'll follow through. And it literally, by getting this kind of like recommitment, it increases their follow through from 10 to 80%. So this is really important. And then you just get off the phone. So remember, you don't want to take a lot of their time. You said, I know you're busy, you're respecting their time and your time, and then you get off the phone, and then you follow through and call them when you say you're gonna call. And kind of like Eliza was saying before, you can give them 2 chances. If I called you at 8 or 10, which would be better? Give them a couple of time options as well. So it might look something like, hey, Arin, I texted her, I said, do you have a few minutes? Hey, Arin, I know we're both really busy, but there's something I really want to chat with you. Thank you for taking a few minutes. You've always been, where's the one I like? Okay. Where's the one I like? You're one of the most, where's the one I like?
I think it's number 1. Isn't it number 1 that you like?
There's another one, but that's okay.
Oh.
Okay, but we'll use number 1. Super easy. You've been wildly successful in business, and somebody I respect. This is not the one I like. I don't know. Anyway, that's okay. If I told you, no. Okay, this is where I want. You're somebody I really respect, and always admired the way you've done business. And when I thought of the quality of the people that I really enjoyed working with, I thought of you. Would you be open to hearing about what I'm doing now?
Of course, Diane.
That's great. So if I gave you a link to an 8-minute online video that explained everything that I'm doing in my business, would you watch it?
Oh, sure.
Okay, cool. Thanks. So when do you think you could watch the video by, for sure?
I have a few minutes right now. I'll watch it when we get off the phone. Okay,
cool. So if I called you tomorrow morning, you will have watched it for sure, right?
Yep, no problem.
Great. I have time to chat at 9 or 10. Which time would work best for you?
10 is better.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you for your time. I look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
Cool. So how easy is that? What do you guys think? Does that feel like something you could do? Yes, of course. Oh, I'm seeing there's a lot of stuff in the chat. So guess what we're gonna do right now? Okay, so here's a couple of quick things I just want you to remember. If you're feeling wiggly, shake it up, jump around, wiggle it out, wiggle it out, wiggle it out, wiggle it out. We had 30 minutes at this retreat to do it. And I had 5 people in that 30 minutes say yes to watching. And by the way, I said a 25-minute video. I had a 25-minute video that I had not even made yet and made afterwards. And so 8-minute video, most people can watch an 8-minute video. So just Shake it off. Before the call, you want to feel upbeat. You don't want to feel like tense in your voice, because people can hear. Like if you're in a bad mood, you know, don't call somebody. And don't call without the script. Don't call without the script. Select the person you're going to call, pick the name on the high characteristic rate, and just lead the conversation. You're going to take this conversation, take a breath, and you're just going to call. Just use the script. So let's do this. Any questions?
Diane, I put the video link in the chat. I know it's in the document, just if you want to grab it and have it ready for when they say yes.
Okay, and I'm going to try to get this script so that you can see all of it. So let's do this. Where are we with time? How much time do we have? We're going
to give them 15 minutes to make one phone call.
Yeah, the goal is to reach one person and invite them to watch the video. And then we're going to...
So we'll be back here at 1:30.
Okay, great. Let's see, how do we make this so we can see it? First one who gets a yes or a no, or gets on the phone with somebody, type it in the chat. Okay, if you're on a call, then maybe you can wrap it up. But you guys are blowing my mind. Okay, I still see some of you on the phone. So hopefully you're muting me. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. How many yeses to watching the video did we get? I'm seeing so many. 3 messages, great. Voicemails, perfect. Ray, yes, got a yes. 424, I don't know what is your name, but you got a yes. Amazing. Eliza got a yes. Christiane got a yes. Lindsay got a yes. I don't know, the way Nikki Dean's been working it, I think she got yeses. Oh my God, this is so fun. Okay. Arin, are you back on? I can't tell. Are you back on? You back on, Arin?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. I don't know what I did with my screen, but I have a big yellow line through here.
Oh.
And we're still recording, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm working. Okay, sorry, you guys. My kid is talking to me, so sorry.
No worries.
You're good.
All good. So I just wanted, because we're supposed to, what time are we supposed to wrap this section up now?
About now would be great if we can. Let's announce the accountability thread.
Yes. Okay, cool. Hold on. I have to find that document of mine. All right. So here's so much fun. Okay, you guys, we're going to continue this journey, and inside of Hello Visionary, we have an accountability thread for you to continue making calls and finding builders. And we want to reward you for your yeses, for your nos, for your follow-ups. I forget what else we had in there. I'm looking for that section. Where are we? Eliza, all right.
I can talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's just got posted now. So
okay, great.
How many people you reached out to, how many people said yes, and how many people said no. And every week through the rest of April and May, we're going to pick winners. And the prizes are going to be things like strategy calls with Eliza, Dianne, or myself. There'll be other fun prizes. And yeah, like Dan said, you just go in and post that you did the work. We're not here to only reward people that are getting results, because we know that results come when you do the work.
Absolutely.
So just reach out to people.
Yep. And then just go ahead and you'll have this document so you can use the scripting for when you're following up with the people who said yes. If you're a new builder, you're going to want to set them up with a 3-way call with your mentor. If you're a seasoned builder, you can help them, follow the scripting to take them to the next step. And then that's it. That is amazing. When we did it in 30 minutes, we had 23 people at this retreat. During that time, we had over 100 people say yes to watching a video. This is a simple process. I've been getting chills watching you all on the phone. I loved how expressive Nikki Dean has been. It's been really fun watching all of you on the phone, taking action and getting yeses. And it's only one door that you're taking them through. So it takes the wiggly worms out of it. So go ahead and use this document to take them for the follow-up conversation. So I'm going to stop sharing. So excited for all of you. It's just been so fun to watch you guys. I started going through on my phone. I was like, wait, I wasn't planning on this, but you guys got me so inspired. I was like, who am I going to call next? So I did. I texted a couple people. So well done, everybody. All right. So now we are moving into, I've lost our agenda page. We are moving into the next section, which is continuing education with Arin Fugate.
Oh, actually, I think I'm next with how to launch.
Oh yeah, how to launch new people. How about that? That sounds even better.
All right, you guys. So I don't know about you, but as a teacher, I feel like I'm very cognizant about how participants are feeling during and like my students are, and it hasn't felt like 2.5 hours, to be honest. But I do recommend, we are winding down to our last 25 minutes together. Grab an oil, take a stretch, squeeze your butt cheeks a few times if you need to. But I know that this has been a really invigorating morning for myself. So are you ready to hear yes? Of course, we always want to hear yes. The thing is that now some of you have experienced this yes, but you need that next step. What do you do when someone says yes? And that is truly why we're here today. Launching new builders. Asha kind of put me on the spot earlier. I love it. If you guys know one thing about me, I'm always honest, good, bad, or otherwise. So careful when you ask me a question, because I'll always give you the honest answer. But it is not my strength. Recruiting and launching builders is not my strength. I think that I have been successful enough in what my strengths have been so far, but it's always time to up level and grow. And so what we want to do is provide you with the support that we all need in this process of launching new people. So here are some action items for you. Okay, are you ready? And then I will ask my help, the team, to pop some of these into the chat as well. First of all, we have on another launch webinar scheduled for Saturday, June 25th. We're going to try a different day and time to try to, honor people that maybe have lots of Sunday commitments. So Saturday, June 25th from 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific time, 8 to 11 Hawaii time. Right back, well, not in this Zoom room, the visionary leaders, Arin, will be sending out registration links and all of that good stuff. I highly recommend that as you are launching people and getting yeses, to have a 3-way call with your upline and these potential interested business partners. Please listen to Daily Mentor Call number 37. It's a pretty short call. If you don't know where to find that, just go to dailymentorcalls.com. Again, we will send all of this out in a post email, but that 3-way call is really powerful tool for you. And if you've never experienced one, then I recommend you reaching out to your upline. But listen to that call first. Don't reach out to somebody. Don't reach out for help or assistance or anything until you've at least done your part and listened to that call, so you know what your role is. And then you can work together with your upline support. Business overviews. Arin took us through an insanely efficient and effective business overview. I really recommend doing these yourself because they should be personal. You can build in a little bit more time for that interactiveness to kind of dig deep into their goals. I especially love the page where it has them talk about like what would make the biggest difference in your life. Time freedom, financial freedom. And what I find is people always have a little bit in every area. But there is already a pre-recorded business video on hellovisionary.life as well. Consider a retreat, no matter how big or how small. Together is better. So as you are gaining this really exciting momentum in recruiting builders, consider getting together with a small group of them, collaborating with cross-line sisters and brothers, upline, right? To have retreats. Retreats don't have to be huge, grand events. They could be a couple of people gathered at a house, potluck style, with a business guide and a BBG, and really doing the things that we all did together, right? Today, in a smaller group setting, digging into your why, inviting There is such power in community that we've learned over and over today, right? Nikki's powerful story about what community brought into her life. It wasn't just the oils, it was the people. And I know that we all have experienced that for ourselves. I know my team is doing our first like in-person retreat next week, Saturday. And I'm working with all of my qualifying leaders and their teams. So yes, and now as we're moving back to in-person, people are craving that connection. Of course, if they feel comfortable. And if they don't, we have opportunities like this online. There's a launch webinar, this launch webinar recording, which might have 2 parts to it, will be up on the Visionary Life, hellovisionary.life website, and you'll also get that in an email as well. But you guys, the resources and tools are there. There's probably an overabundance of it. We have attempted to simplify that for you today to kind of narrow down and hone in on the aspects of relaunching yourselves and therefore being able to effectively relaunch others. But the reality is, and this is me going a little off script, is that you need to show up as your best authentic self in this business in order to launch other people. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to be perfect at everything. You'll never be perfect at everything, but you have to be willing to be vulnerable and show up as your best authentic self. Be there for people the way that you want people to be there for them. Because when people say yes to you, when people say yes to you in these oils, when people say yes to you in this business, when people say yes to you really in any capacity, it's a huge honor and show of faith, right? And so what I encourage you to do is not to be overwhelmed by all of this, but to show up as your best, true, authentic self. Take what you want from today that resonates with you, that feels connected to you and aligned with you, and then go forth and make it your own too. I've never subscribed to a one program, one size fits all kind of philosophy in this business. And the second that we do that to ourselves, we are undermining what makes us all so brilliantly special and unique. So lean into your strengths, tap into what makes you happy and brings you joy, and go out and share these oils and this business opportunity with everyone, because it is amazing and life-changing. All right, I think I might have 2 minutes for Q&A on this section.
You're doing great, Liza. Yeah, does anybody have questions so far? We have 1 section left and then we're closing for the day. You can put your question in the chat or raise your hand. Does everyone, I just want to make sure, you're going to get someone who says yes. Somebody is going to say yes to you. Yes, they want to launch this business. Do you know what you're going to do with them? Eliza's given us some great ideas here, but this is the moment. If you're a little confused, no, I don't know what I do with them. Speak up, because you'll block yourself if you don't know. If you don't know, you'll block yourself. So imagine, throw yourself into the future. Christian, I know you sent out the video probably already. What if that person says yes? What are you going to do? What's the next step? Have that ready. Eliza's told us you set up a 3-way call. You bring them to the next launch webinar. You watch the recording with them. Or even better yet, you have a launch day. So are you clear about your process?
I love that you said, Eliza, make it unique to you. Like, make this experience unique to you. You have the foundation. We've given you the foundation from which to build on, and now you get to make it your own. But you have to know this foundation in order to share it with other people. And, you know, this schedule, this why, these are the things that you get to do it, and do it in a way that brings you joy. Right? You get to do it in a way that brings you joy. And this whole launch day came from, you know, one of the things that I really was fighting for this launch workshop was because last year when I brought in 3 new business builders, frontline business builders, what came from that is so many people kept saying, how do I onboard new builders? How do I onboard new builders? And so this is what we wanted to share with you in order for you to know, like, what is the system, the flow, the funnel that you put people through.
Lindsay has her plan. She's going to unlock their strengths and she's going to plan their first class. That's a great way to take someone and launch them, is to say, great, you want to launch? Let's get your first class on the books. Because sometimes you'll overtrain people and they don't need all the training at first. They just need to put a class on the books and invite people over. You come over and teach the class. So I love that.
I love that too. And I think Eliza made a really good point in the beginning too about, you know, don't feel like you have to know everything about everything in order to do this business. We're never going to know everything about the oils, ever, ever. I'm learning things in intro classes every day. So like we have to let go of that as an excuse to think you have to know everything in order to launch a person. We threw a lot of spaghetti at a lot of walls in the beginning, and we just kept going. And that's the only thing. There's no failure. There's only learning, right? The only way you fail is if you quit and stop doing the things.
Liza, are you good if we go to the next section?
Okay. Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, we are coming to the end here. I thank you everyone for your patience with my tech issues.
Oh, Arin, now we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
No, we lost you after tech issues, and then now we can.
Okay, hopefully I don't have any more tech issues for the rest of this call. Oh my goodness. But I'm going to close the day out for us. I'm going to be talking about what's next, your continuing education, where to go next. But before I dive into that, I'd like us to just take a moment and recap what we've learned today. If you can put one thing in the chat that you have learned today, one thing in the chat that you have learned today to solidify that. And I'm just going to recap a couple of things. We have learned the importance of your why. And you have a beautiful why exercise now that you can do over and over and over again. And you can do it with your new business partners that are coming in as we speak, because helping someone figure out their why is foundational. You are time blocking. You're setting up your schedule in whatever way works for you, but you're scheduling your DMO, you're scheduling your morning routine, you're scheduling your classes, you're scheduling your follow-up. You are going to practice inviting, because it's all about inviting, right? You're going to invite. And when you're done inviting, you're going to invite some more. We flipped the script on you a little bit with this launch. Usually in doTERRA, they say make a 100 names list and then invite them to a class. We're saying, think of 10 people you would love to do the business with and ask them to watch an 8-minute video. Why? Because if you have business partners when you launch, you're going to go so much faster. It's going to be so much fun. And of course, all those people can come to a class too. Then we've answered the burning question, which if you don't have the answer to it, it will hold you back, which is, what do you do when someone says yes to launching? So now you know you're going to have a 3-way call with your upline. You're going to do a business overview with them. You're going to bring them to the next launch on Saturday, June 25th, or you're going to watch the launch recording with them, or maybe you're going to host a launch day. So everybody sink into that. Write down your one takeaway, the one thing you learned. And now we're going to talk about what's next. There are so many resources out there. And I want to give you permission in this moment to know that you do not have to use every resource that exists. You use the ones that work for you, and you sometimes refer people to ones that you think might work for them better than another one. We're going to go over some of our favorite continuing education resources so that you can dive into it as you need to. But there's a mindset I would like you to have as you're thinking about your continuing education. And that mindset is, the more you do these income producing activities, inviting, teaching, enrolling, the better you become at it. So your most important continuing education, your most important training that you are to engage in is practice, is to just do it. Just do the IPs, do the inviting, the presenting, and the enrolling. Action leads to results, and results build confidence. If you are the type of person who really likes context and you want to just learn the whole big picture, especially if you want to be a diamond and you want to step into leadership, I would recommend you go through the daily mentor calls. Who loves the daily mentor calls by Yoshida? You can listen to them over and over again. They were around when I first launched my business. It was a little different. She did them live, and they helped me so much. You can also go into daily mentor calls and reference how to teach a class or how to find business partners. So you can either listen to it all the way through, or you can pick a subject that you need to improve on. And if you're the type of person who loves that input and that learning, listen to all of them and then listen to all of them again. It's going to be anchored inside of you. The BBG, the Business Builder Guide. We love this. This is a resource. This is like, you've got your Modern Essentials Essential Oil book. This is your Modern Essentials Business Builder book. And there is a free Business Builder certification that you can take. Now, if you are someone who loves training, but you don't love action, don't get too consumed in the Business Builder certification. You don't have to do it before you go build a business. But if you are someone, or you bring someone on who maybe doesn't have experience in sales, doesn't have experience in network marketing, and really needs some extra training, go through the business building certification. Now, there is something called Oil Games. I've never done it, although I just signed up, but Dianne and Eliza have. So I want you to give your quick testimonies on why you love Oil Games and why you think people should check it out.
Well, Oil Games was part of what also got me back to Diamond. I had the distinct pleasure of going to a Diamond Dash retreat at Eliza's house in September, but that was the launch of me doing the Diamond Dash part, which is part of the Oil Games. So the Oil Games goes rank by rank. So depending on where you are now to where you want to go, it's a 2-month process. One of my builders who I brought on last year, did Sprint to Silver, and she loved it because it gives you a drip daily, like small action to take, and each one builds on the next. And it has, and you actually can win prizes. She actually ranked in the top 2%, or the top 2 people with her group of Sprint to Silver. So she won some great prizes, and she loved it because it just, you didn't have to think about it. You knew the steps to take that day. So I love Oil Games. It just is a sweet process, and Eliza set it up so that her people can go from just launching their business to Diamond in a year, because every 2 months is a new rank. So that's how I love it.
Yeah, I definitely, I did Diamond Dash twice, and I wish they had like Blue Diamond and beyond. I love that Oil Games has a little bit of everything that you need to be successful in this business in a way that's really manageable. So no matter how busy you are, there's daily videos, but pretty short for like personal development as well as business information. And then your daily actions that we talked about today. And you go on, and every day, 5 days a week, you log what you've completed. And what's really nice is that they give you buffer days. So like, again, life happens, right? And so you can catch up on the weekends. But everyone who has successfully finished Oil Games, because I've had a lot of builders who start Oil Games and don't finish. Everyone who has successfully completed Oil Games has seen the payoff in their businesses. What I also love, and Nikki Dean just wrote this, is she keeps them running every single month. So like every month you have the opportunity to sign up for the Oil Games. It is better to sign up before the 1st. but they offer it, and they offer them by rank. So as a teacher, I appreciate this differentiation that it provides by really giving you that entry point at where you're at. So it starts from reaching elite, and then moves on through the ranks up until diamond. And as a side, if you've hit a rank, but you're not solid at that rank, or you've never done Diamond Dash before, I suggest that you go back and do a lower rank, or a foundational rank, so that you can be sure that you have that foundation, because it does build. So like, even though I've done Diamond Dash twice, Arin suggested that I go back and do, now that I'm working on Blue Diamond, I want to support solid gold. So I'm thinking of going back and doing Gold Rush and asking some of my gold leaders to do it with me as well. So high like proponent for oil games. All right.
And just know that if you are, let's say, a gold, or you're trying to solidify gold, or you're going for gold, for an example, you can have access to all of the oil games below that. So you can see the Reach Elite, you can see the Premier Push, because that's what you would need. You would need Premiers. So you can look at what the Premiers are supposed to be doing. So if you're going for gold, get your 3 people to do like the Premier. Like, that's, doing it together is really powerful.
Thank you, ladies, so much. So I hope everybody considers signing up for oil games. And we have a few other recommendations about your continuing education. Let me just bring my notes back up. So we have continuing education on our team, Saturdays at 8 a.m. and Wednesdays now in the evening. You can check our calendar for that. Continuing education is product continuing education. So of course, if you've never gone through this, do it, but this is really for your customers after you've enrolled them, to get them solidified in their product use and their LRP. Get on the Empowered Success Monday webinar. It happens once a month. We'll send the link out in the email. It's up on our team calendar. But also, Empowered Success is a podcast. So if you're ever driving and you just want a little bit of inspiration, tune into that. Our Wednesday 10 a.m. Pacific time community call, and I know, Eliza, you all have your team call as well. That is a great place to just stay connected. We call it a community call because that's really what it is. You are reminded you're a part of a community, and it just helps you to connect in. There's a little product education, a little business education. But this last one is the most important of all. Can you guess what it is? Put it in the chat if you can guess what it is. This is a non-negotiable, cannot be missed. If you are building a doTERRA business, you have to be at this event. It better be on your calendar now. You better have May 18th on your calendar, because that's the day tickets go on sale. It's right, it's convention. And this year we're going to be live in Salt Lake City. So if you want this doTERRA business, if you're on this webinar, be at convention. Everything changed for me the year I went to convention. I went to convention first as a brand new account holder. Within my first 2 weeks, I got to go to convention, and that catapulted me all the way to silver. I went back to convention as a silver with 3 or 4 team members, and I had an executive with me who wasn't really sure about the doTERRA business, loved the products. Her name is Aisha Harley, and she's now a presidential diamond. So get your people to convention. I remember a builder once, a new business partner was just launching, and she said, "What's the first thing I should do, Arin?" And convention was 2 weeks away. And I said, "Well, come to Salt Lake City. That's the first thing you should do." So we just wanted to give you all these continuing education resources so you can continue the process. The biggest call to action for you from today is to do those phone calls. Ask people to watch the 8-minute video, because we want to see you back here in June with a team, with 4 or 5 people who are ready to launch their business. If you can see it, it can happen as long as you take that action every single day. So we are going to close. Look at this. We did it. 2 p.m. We thank you so much for coming today and spending this time with us. As you're leaving the Zoom, feel free to hang out for a few minutes. We can have some visits. But as you're leaving the Zoom, please put your top takeaway in the chat. Please tell us the biggest thing that you took from today and make that the reason that you're going to invite someone to the launch in June. So I'll let you ladies have your final words, but thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks everyone for joining. This has been such an incredible opportunity. So much gratitude to Arin and Dianne, who really shouldered and took on the inception and creation of this amazing event, and just for allowing me to join. So thank you all for showing up, for spending 3 hours with us, diving deep and helping to connect with your businesses more. I look forward to connecting with you all again soon.
Thank you so much. I'm honored that I had the opportunity to partner with these amazing women and all of you to share what I could give to you. And I hope you all take this information and just run with it and just feel supported and know that you're not alone. And we are here cheering you on, and we got you. We got your back.
Awesome, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Happy Sunday. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.